Oh, okay, there's the recording. I was trying to make sure that you.
Yeah, I just clicked it.
I didn't want you to be sad at the end and be like, no.
Right.
But just my story. Hey, you guys. My name is Ashley Flores. I am a double diamond with It Works. I am in Mobile, Alabama. If you don't know where that is the very, very bottom of Alabama, right on the water. So I'm very much southern, very much beachy person. I don't do cold weather or none of that. So, basically just me. I am a mom of two. I have a 2 and a 3-year-old, but kind of almost a 3 and a 4-year-old. My daughter will be 4 on the day after Christmas. And we're actually taking them to Disney World next weekend. So praise God for It Works, because paid for all that. And yeah, we're going to Disney Cruise and then Disney World next week. And then my son, he will be 3 in March. And the way I got introduced to It Works, I was actually a loyal customer first. I started drinking greens when I was pregnant with my daughter. So that was in 2013. And I don't eat meat. So imagine my surprise that when I was pregnant, I developed an aversion to leafy green vegetables. Like, I all of a sudden couldn't eat leafy, like they made me sick. I just couldn't do it. So it was somebody who was like living off of fresh vegetables. All of a sudden I couldn't stomach it. And so not only just if anybody has kids, just that normal fatigue of being pregnant, on top of that, I wasn't getting the nutrients I was used to getting because I just couldn't stomach it. So a girl who went to church with me back then, she's a personal trainer, fitness fanatic person. She's that friend that you have. Well, I've become that friend now, but that friend that you have that they're so into health and fitness that whatever they say, you just do it. You don't ask questions. Like if they say, like, take this root off the bottom of a plant in your yard and like boil it in some water and drink it, you just do it. You're like, oh, okay. She's like that person. And she posted a picture. She'd been posting about some greens and some other stuff, and I was halfway paying attention, but not really to what she was doing. And one day I know she posted a picture, and it was the greens on the go packet, and all I saw was the word energized. I didn't see nothing else. I saw energized, and I texted her. I sent her a Facebook message and was like, so how exactly, does this work? Like, what is this? And she said, I'll bring you a sample. So she came to my job, and I was working at a university then. And she came to my job and brought me some. We had a Chick-fil-A on campus. I went to the Chick-fil-A, got some lemonade, came back to my office and mixed it up. Literally within like 20 minutes, I felt so much better. I was like at work about to die before she gave me those greens. And before she even got off campus good, I had called her and was like, so what do I need to do to buy this, to get some more? Like, what's the thing? I didn't ask. I was like I'm the loyal customer everybody wants. I ain't asked no questions. She sent me a link. I clicked it. I signed up for I didn't ask it. And I didn't care. It was the people like, is it a contract? I didn't care. I didn't care if I was legally bound to buy this stuff for 5 years. All I knew was I needed some greens in my life because I had been sick and now I didn't feel sick anymore. That's all I cared about. But yeah, so I was her customer for about a year. She kind of stopped selling the products, and I'll say this, I don't have a problem saying this, and she knows it. I said now that she was not the ideal distributor, now that I look at it from the other side, that she was kind of hard to get in contact with a lot. She didn't respond to my messages quickly and stuff like that. So I ended up turning my order off and just like getting some from somebody offhand after that, because I didn't want to deal with it, because it was just like, it was very poor customer service. So don't be like that, you guys. So fast forward, that was 2013, 2015, fast forward, I found myself almost 9 months pregnant with my son by then, and me and my now ex-husband, we were just going through the beginnings of our separation. I was 2 weeks away from my due date when me and him split up. Not the ideal time. And I was on unpaid maternity leave because my children are so close in age together that I had used up all my paid leave with my daughter. So I received my last paycheck for maternity leave the Friday after my son was born. I still had another 2 months with no paycheck. And so me and my husband had split up. I was sleeping on the couch at my grandmother's house, basically. And the kids were in the bed in a pack and play and whatever. And I remember calling. I didn't know at the time. I called my friend Jennifer Tyler who I didn't know what her rank was in It Works. I didn't know how any of that worked or anything. Didn't really know her and Ronnie were like best friends in life. I had like no clue. Me and her met at a Christian women's conference back in 2013. And I started following her, but I knew she sold this stuff too. So I sent her a message, and then another one of my Instagram friends who to this day, my sponsor, I've never met my sponsor before in person to this day. She lives in San Diego and we just have never been able to meet, but we became Instagram friends. So I reached out to both of them and told them what was going on. I'm like, I'm on unpaid maternity leave. I have a 14-month-old and a 2-week-old. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I said, but I see y'all posting back then. The Ruby bonus was $1,000. And they were posting, they kept saying like, who needs $500 a month and $1,000 bonus? I'm like, yeah. So, and at that time, my daughter's daycare was $500 a month even. And all I kept thinking was, okay, now I'm gonna have 2 kids. That's $1,000. I need an extra $500 a month to make that up. And then I could pay in advance a month with this $1,000 bonus. That's all I was thinking about. And I said, and by then I'll be back at work. I'll be fine. So that was my goal. I needed that $500 a month. And I needed that $1,000 bonus to pay up daycare. And I did it. I'm one of those people who I did not have the money to start my business. Like I said, I was broke. This is for a whole nother story. Some of y'all know I just wrote a book. My book just came out. This is for the next book that when me and my ex-husband split up, like my bank account was empty suddenly. Talk about that later. But I didn't really have anything. So I didn't have money saved up or anything. It's not like I was planning a divorce. So I didn't have like a backup plan. And so I didn't have the money. My grandmother actually let me use her MasterCard to buy my kit. And she let me boost. She was like, yes, baby, you just do what you need to do. I actually was doing what we do, not knowing that's what I was doing. I called her and I said, okay, I want to start this thing with my friend out in California. And it comes with this box with these body wraps in it. And there's 4 in a box. And they're $25 each. So it's $100. But I'm going to sell each one and I give you $100 right back. And that's exactly what I did. Actually, she bought one. And then my best friend bought one. And then I sold the other 2. I was actually in this business for 2 months before I ever tried to wrap myself. I had never used one. And it was because I was so broke that every time I got product in, I sold it. Only thing I was using was greens. That was it. I drank my greens as they came in with my auto shipment. And everything else I would sell it. I didn't care what it was. She let me boost. I sold everything that came in the boost kit. I was like, here, get this. Facials, I sold everything. And so another note I want to make, like I said, I was so super broke, but my auto shipment has always been on. I've never turned it off in the past almost 3 years. The 2.5 years I've been in this business, I have never turned my auto shipment off. Even if my PBV was like $1,500, about $700. Then I ordered Wrap Cash in my first deals. That's fun. That's because rent due on the first regardless. But so when Ruby in my first 60 days, and then I went Emerald. I got this thing. Okay, so I went Ruby, and then I charted for Emerald for like 9 months. Now, I was making Emerald pay, but I wasn't technically an Emerald. And that's why I don't want people also don't get caught up in your rank. So I just I want to be triple diamond. I want a triple diamond paycheck, though, more than I want to be triple diamond. Does that make sense? Because like this summer, my volume hit like 55,000 in group volume or whatever. That's triple diamond volume. I just didn't have the rank. I'm okay with that. I just want the triple diamond volume paid for my kids to go to Disney. Okay, so I don't care about the rank. It's fine. They have it. I just wanted the paycheck. But so I stayed at Emerald for a while, and then I went to conference in 2016. Was that the first time we met, or did we meet the first time on the cruise?
I think we met at conference. I remember you having your kids.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Everybody remembers that from conference because my son was still so small and he was strapped to my chest.
Yep, I remember that.
Felicity was running around like a crazy person. But I went to conference. Conference was absolutely amazing. Go to conference, it changed your whole life. And I tell people, we don't say that because like we not making money off of y'all going to conference. Like we not. This isn't. We're all making money off of you going to conference because your business will grow because you went to conference. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you're making money. So of course, yeah, we are, but it's not like we get a paycheck because you bought your ticket. No, but it really is so empowering. And I personally feel like it's not the same if you watch it on your computer. If you have to watch it on your computer, I feel you. That's okay. But if you can get there. And I tell people, even if let's just say you couldn't buy a ticket, just go to Tampa. And if you can't even get in because a lot of my team couldn't afford a ticket last year. So, but we all just bucked together and they came. And then like between sessions, we all hung out. Because remember, there's a lot of open space, like where the stores are and stuff. You know, they ate lunch with everybody. They came to the parties and stuff. Being in that atmosphere just empowers you. So even if for some reason you can't go to conference, or let's just say you can't find a babysitter and you have to take your kids and they can't go in the arena, come anyway. Play with your kids. We'll all come outside and play with them too when we're done. So like just go. Anyway, conference really just like a big boost in my team in 2016. And from the time conference of February of it was first week of February 2016, by March 30th, I went from Ruby to Emerald to Diamond. So from first week of February to the end of March, because my team was lit. Like they had just left conference. They were like excited. So and that's what I love. Like, yeah, I went from Ruby to Emerald to Diamond, but that means everybody else promoted too. Like so many other people had to promote for me to promote. And that was the beautiful thing about it. So that was 2016. And then this past March, so I was Diamond all last year. And then this past March, I promoted to Double Diamond. And of course, I got the $20,000 bonus for Diamond. And then I got 30 for Double Diamond this past year. And now I'm still chilling in Double Diamond. And, you know, excited to be, I'm like, I ain't mad. People like, you know, I didn't hit Triple Diamond this year. I'm okay. I'm good. You know, I would have loved to. That would have been great. It didn't happen. And that's all right because I know conferences around the corner. I know the beginning of the year is coming up and everybody trying to get like super snatched and they want to lose 800 pounds in 30 days. And so it'll be a good time. We always get that influx of customers. So it's cool. But so yeah, that's me. That's where I am right now. And I love this business. You asked me what was I doing before. I was right before It Works, I was working as a recruiter at a university, and I worked in graduate school admissions. And then I left and started working, still doing It Works, but I was the director of a YMCA. And then last summer, not this past summer, but it's 2016 summer, August 1st was my last day, and I left and started doing It Works full time. So I am also a blogger. So when people ask me what do, I usually say I'm a professional blogger because it's easier for them to understand because they don't get network marketing. But yeah, so I'm also a professional blogger. So that's me. What's next? What you want to know, girl?
Yes, and you're an author, and you do yoga, and you do it all. Okay, so what does a day in the life of Ashley look like?
Okay, well, now it looks different. It used to be, okay, let me say this first. Let's go through the day in my life when I still was working a 9 to 5. Because that's what y'all want to know. What did my day look like? Because I had to be to work at 8:30. I was getting my kids ready, 2 little bitty toddlers. I was getting them ready in the morning, dropping them off at the daycare, which, praise God, was around the corner from the YMCA. And it wasn't a big, long drive or anything. But I would get them to school, and then I would be at the Y from 8 till 5:30. I had to pick them up by 6. Then I would get home, get them dinner and ready for bed and all that. And since David was still really little back then, he just went to sleep and he felt like it. So it might have been 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever. My team learned really early on that I did not sleep. A couple of people interviewed me after I promoted to Ruby, and they were like, how did you do it so fast? And I said, I didn't sleep. And they would laugh, and I'm like, no, for real. Like, I used to joke and tell my team all the time. I said, diamonds get to take naps, and double diamonds get to go to sleep. And I wasn't even Ruby yet. So what I'm doing? Like, so, and it's just kind of how I felt. And like, even Giselle was doing Power Hour last night, and Giselle McQueen, if y'all know Giselle, that's my boo. But we were talking last night, and she said she knows me and her both stay up all night working and doing so because we know during the day our days are busy. So like back then I had 2 toddlers. They need my attention. They want my attention and they deserve my attention. So I usually don't even try to work when my kids are awake. Even back then. And yes, I'll be exhausted. Yes, I had bags under my eyes. That's what lip and eye cream is for. And also, you know, we never say defining gel is not formulized to put on your face. So you should not put defining gel on your face. I'm gonna just say I put it on my face. Right under these eyes before I go to sleep, and when I wake up my eyes not puffy. Anyway, it was like really I ran on very little sleep when I was in my real, you know, hustle mode moments. And it was because I had to. And I honestly feel like God had a lot of grace with me in that time because he knew what I was doing. So he was like, do you really think I would put this in your hands and see how much you're going after it and not give you energy in the morning? Like if you stay, because I would like go to sleep at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning and wake up at 6, not even tired. And it would be crazy. I would go the whole day and I'm like, why do I have energy? And I really felt like it was God just keeping me. He's like, I got you. Like, you just do what I need you to do. And like, I will be your coffee in the morning. Like, would be good. There's a baby. Hey. Hey. So yeah, you want to say hello? Hello. Okay. Yes. David has a little stutter. Just a little one. Yes, baby. Just. She heard you. Look what you can do. Okay. She saw you. Okay. All right. Anyway, but my bad. Okay, yeah. So a lot when I was working my 9 to 5, you know, there's that saying, there's a book called Never Eat Alone. If any of you have ever read that, just look it up. Never eat alone is that mindset of if you are, I'm still like this now. If I have to set up a business meeting with somebody, with a PLC, with a PDT, with somebody about yoga, with something else I have going on, I usually schedule it around food. And that's mainly because I don't feel like I'm intruding on their other time, their work time, because they got to stop and eat. All of us have 8 million things to do, but everybody's going to lunch. Even if lunch, a lot of times lunch was me bringing lunch to work and me and another coworker sitting outside on the rocks or whatever, like eating our lunch that we brought. But I always made a lunch date with somebody because that was my work time. My team knew that I used to do opportunity. I did lunchtime opportunity calls every Monday and Wednesday. So what I would do was my lunch was at 12. I would actually eat my lunch from 11:45 to 12 in my office real quick. Then I would spend the next 15 minutes like getting to where I was going to be stationary to do the phone. I did those little conference calls. I made sure my conference call was exactly 15 minutes. And then I would go back to work. So that was always my thing. And I did that twice a week. And that was when I first started. I was recording like YouTube videos with tips and stuff when I wasn't even Ruby yet. I ain't have a rank or nothing. I had a t-shirt, no promotion. I would watch like other people's It Works tip videos and kind of just repeat what they said. And I would just do it because I'm like, my team wanted to hear from me. So I'm going to just say it. So let me just record this on my phone and throw some music behind it on my iPhone. It was fine. Yes, baby. Okay, honey. You want to say hello? Hello. Hey. Okay. Okay, well, tell him I said, give it back. Okay. So a lot of my time was right before I would get to work early after I dropped off my kids, and I would sit in the car and message people. So that was the first way that I optimized my time. So before I went into the office, hold on just a second. Okay. So yeah, I would sit in the car and message as many people as I could. Then if you message a lot of people before you go into work, they will be responding while you're in that first part of work. So by the time you get off for lunch, you have people to respond to. So then I would respond to them and everything during lunch. So then by the time I got off work, they had responded again. You know what I mean? So that was one way. Hello, I'm here. Okay. So still going on day in my life. Now that I do work from home full time, my life does look a little different. I had to actually sit down and start making office hours for myself. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are my work days because my children go to mom's day out. Because once I started working home full time, I took them out of full-time daycare because I really wanted to spend time with my kids. Oh my goodness, that was like the biggest thing to me. I just wanted to I feel like I was missing so much of their lives, and being able to be home with them was really important to me. So if all last year they only went on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This year they go on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I go to yoga at 8. I drop them off at 7:30. I go to yoga at 8:15. And then after that, I go to hot yoga. So I'm all gross when it's done. So I come home, take a shower, put on some clothes, and then I'll work until it's time for me to go get them. And that's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I work out on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays too. Why? Because on Tuesday and Thursday, when I say we do nothing, we do nothing. Like, it's embarrassing that me and my children do. They didn't even put on clothes yesterday till like 5:30. We just had on pajamas chilling. We don't do nothing on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so I always try to have my to-do list. I'll send this link to you. I started a goal setting for 2018 accountability group. It's not just for It Works. I put it on my Facebook page today. If anybody wants to go on my Facebook profile, I put the link up there to join the group. But it's for anything because I use a system called Power Sheets to stay organized and with my goals and everything. If you're not familiar with Power Sheets, I break it down in my last blog post. But and I use a planner. So I just want to help people just accomplish their goals in 2018. So I made a Facebook group for it. And my day has to be kind of planned out to make sure that I get those things done. So like tomorrow, it's not a traditional day for me because I usually don't do any work on Thursdays, but I was asked to speak at the university I used to work at. I was asked to speak to they've asked me to speak a couple times to the business and communication classes about it's actually about network marketing. They're like, they see what I'm doing because I went to that school too, and I still stay in touch with my professors. We're all Facebook friends, and they'll ask me to come back to talk to their students about using social media for entrepreneurship and stuff like that. So I got to speak to a class tomorrow, but my kids are home. So I've taken them with me before. Not a good idea. So the babysitter's going to come to the house, watch them. I'm going to go run and speak, then come home, take David to speech therapy. And then since tomorrow is Thursday, I got to teach yoga at 5:30. Like, this is real life. I got a lot of stuff to do. But I always wear It Works stuff everywhere. And I tell people, and when I first started this business, I had one shirt. That was it. I had that one It Works shirt with the bling on the front that said, "Have you tried that crazy wrap thing on the back?" Only shirt I had. When I say that one, when I say I wore that shirt, look, this sounds ratchet, but it is. I wore that shirt every single day under my work shirt to work. So like if I had on a button-down shirt or something, I had that shirt on underneath because as soon as 5 o'clock hit, I took off the other shirt because anybody I came in contact with either on my lunch break or at 5 o'clock, they needed to see my It Works shirt. The girls at the daycare, when I picked up the kids, they needed to see it because I didn't have time to go extra places. So it was like my sponsor had to, put that in my head. I was like, I just don't have time to see people because I'm at work all day. And she said, okay, run your day by me. Let's see. Who do you see? She's like, what do you do? I said, okay, usually at that point in time, when I got divorced, I went on like a cooking strike. I refused to cook anything. Like, I ain't cooking nothing. So, you know, if we went to Chick-fil-A in the morning, she's like, okay, so you just interacted with 2 different people at Chick-fil-A at the first window and the second window. Okay, so you already saw 2 people. That's 2 Blitz cards you should have given out. And then I was like, I took the kids to daycare, and she's like, okay, so the person at the front desk needs a card and their teacher gets a card, right? Okay, and they each got different teachers, so there's 3 more cards. You ain't even made it to work yet, and you already handed out 5 cards, right? Then she would tell me, you know, like, who am I seeing at work? On my lunch break, where am I eating? I tried to eat somewhere different in the office building as much as I could so that I could see different people. Random people could pass me, like, I'm going to sit on these steps today. I'm going to sit on those steps tomorrow. I'm going to sit somewhere else. And it made me realize how many people that I was coming in contact with. And I love that saying, they say, if you go out in public without your It Works gear on, nobody knows you have a business. I feel naked. Like when I go out, like if I don't have a bracelet on or a shirt or like my tote bag, or it's like, don't buy me a Louis Vuitton bag for Christmas, man. Give me one of these, my It Work little sequin book bag. Gangster goes everywhere with me. And I get so many compliments on that bag. People like, that is so cute. I'm like, yes, it says It Works on it. I got it. But it's that thing. And I put it like this. Okay, Beyonce has Ivy Park, right? Do you think Beyonce wears Victoria's Secret pink leggings? Probably so. She probably got a whole bunch of them. Probably got thousands of pairs. I'm sure Victoria's Secret sends them to her for free, like all the time. Do you see pictures of her in them? Hell no. Why? Because she got her own stuff. Do I have Victoria's Secret leggings? Yes. Do I have, and like, if you follow me on Instagram, you know, I post a lot of yoga pictures. So, because I'm trying to, you know, I've branded myself. I spent all of 2017 branding myself as like that black chick that does yoga. That was my goal, because people like, black people don't do yoga. Yes, we do. And I never wear other brands in my yoga pictures. Or if I do, I don't have their name on it. Like the BOGO picture I had going, like It Works biggest day. When I took my birthday pictures, I just turned 31. When I took my birthday pictures in October, I had on It Works clothes. And people are like, you know, why do you always wear it? Because that's what I get paid to wear. That's the only thing I get paid to wear. Nobody else pays me to wear their clothes. I'm like, if Nike want to cut me a check, I'll wear their leggings. But until they do, It Works pays me to wear this. So this is what I wear. And we have to have that mindset of that you're not just selling stuff. It's like you are the same way somebody else is getting paid to wear Ivy Park, or somebody else is getting paid to wear some other brand. I don't know. I don't even know brands anymore, because it's all I wear. It's all I've been wearing since 2015. I don't even know what else is hot in the streets these days. This is just what I wear. So you have to have that mindset of that everywhere you go, somebody needs to be getting in touch with you. I mean knowing that you have a business. So I was saying, like, I always have a to-do list. I'm trying to find a good to-do list day of mine. So, okay, so this was, no, that's not a good day. Because my to-do list been in my phone the past couple of days, but I'm a write out my to-do list kind of person. Like, that's how I am. I'm that person. I work better that way, I think. Oh, and also in my calendar, every month, I put my goal for DTs and my goal for loyal customers at the bottom. I didn't have a loyal customer goal that month. I only had a DT goal. That was it. But it was actually 10. But I only had a DT goal, and I put everybody's name as I fill it in my calendar. Because sometimes, like, let's just say when BOGO just hit, I didn't have to pull up eSuite. All I had to do was go back through. I started in January, pulled out my calendar from January, looked at whose name was on the front, and then I just started messaging people like, hey, I got a BOGO. I didn't have to, like, you know, do anything because their name was right here. So, yeah, I'm very big about having a planner to keep myself organized of, like, who I need to follow up with. Excuse me. I always put their name and a dash and what we talked about in my planner. Like, it'll say, like, Antoinette-Greens or, you know, Kayla-Hair, Skin, and Nails. You know what I'm saying? So I'll know. And people ask me, like, well, what do you say when somebody tells you, oh, I'll get it later, or I'll get it on my payday? I ask them, when is their payday? And they're like, is that rude? No, you could say it rude, but I don't say it rude at all. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, what day is that? Because I want to write it down in my planner because I want to make sure that I'm available to help you process your order. I know sometimes people can get on the site and it can get kind of tricky. And I just want to make sure that I'm able to walk you through it. So what day is that? So I can write it down or whatever. And people, like, I've never had anybody, never in the 2.5 years, anybody ever told me, like, I don't want to tell you my payday. Like, nobody's ever told me that before. And it's like, just saying, like, when, or, you know, they're like, oh, not right now, but, or I'll offer a day. They'll say, not right now. I'm getting ready for graduation in December, so I'm really not focused. I'm like, oh, okay, congratulations. I'm so happy you're graduating. How about this? I'm going to write your name down in my calendar for January. So that first weekend or so in January, I just hit you up then and see if I can help you with something in the new year. And they're like, oh, okay. So I write their name down for January and I don't think about them anymore because I know I'm not supposed to contact them again until January. Like, it's just, it makes it very simple. But yeah, so that's kind of how my days are. I'm very driven by to-do lists and just checking things off. I love power hours. Like, I think one's happening right now. I think Giselle is doing one. I think it started at 7:30. I think she's doing one now. And power hours, I love them. We do them through Zoom. I don't know if y'all do them in Zoom. But yeah, power hours. And don't you love power hours in Zoom? I just do. It's so cool with everybody else. I don't know about you, but I play music. We do. I have a playlist. Girl, I'm going to send you my playlist because I had to check Giselle last night because she was playing these slow jams. I'm like, wait a minute. We need like money making music playing.
That's so funny that you say that because I'm like an R&B type person. They're always like, you need something crump. And I'm like, I don't know nothing about trap.
Well, this is what Jennifer said the other night. We were doing a power hour and she was like, Ashley like Christian trap music. I'm like, I do. So it's like all of my favorite Christian artists sound like T.I. So like, I'm gonna send you a playlist so y'all next power hour, y'all can get a little excited. But oh, David's back. David, say hello. Hello. Okay. He just wants attention. He does. For the other mamas out there, let me drop this quote on you real quick. Changed my whole life. I saw a quote that said, your child is not giving you a hard time. He's having a hard time. And it changed my perspective of me just feeling like, oh my goodness, why are you stressing me out? Like, why do you hate me, little person? What are you doing? It changed it to me being able to look at him and say, okay, baby, what's up? What's wrong? What do you need? Are you okay? Like, what do you need? You just need a hug? Okay. And then sometimes he just want to sit in my lap. Like then he just wanted to come on. He been pulling on my thigh for a minute and he just wanted to wave to y'all and he ran away. I didn't even have to tell him to leave. He just left. That's all he wanted. It has changed me to just be like, he's not just trying to give me a hard time. He having a hard time. So what you need? Anyway, I know you said you also were talking about consistency and how important consistency is in the business. Consistency and staying connected to your upline are the most important things ever. There's nothing more important in this business to me than consistency and staying connected to your upline. Like, I put a post up yesterday of quotes my upline has never heard me say. They've never heard me. And I'm like, if you've had these conversations, that's cool. We're glad to have you back. But nobody has ever heard me say, I'm kind of like, no, Internet, I know I fell off for a little bit. I've been busy. I've been distracted. Life got real hard, but I'm back and I'm ready to work. I never fell off. Never. Like, just, I don't even know what that means. I can't fall off. I have bills to pay. And even when I was working at the YMCA, that's a nonprofit. I was the director at a nonprofit still making like $28,000 a year. What is that? And so it was like, they've never heard me say, I know I slowed up for a while, but now I'm working again. Or life has been real difficult for me right now. I don't know if you guys know like Susan Wade. I will never forget after conference last year when Susan's dad died. And that next week after her dad died, she was the guest on the Millionaire Academy call. Like she buried her dad on Saturday and on Wednesday she was on our call. And people talking about they going through stuff. Like, I don't understand. Like when Ashley Hughes' son died, like her toddler son just suddenly died. And she didn't take off for 7 months with the business. She took off a month. She took off 1 month. And she said that 1 month she took off, her team was so motivated to support her. That was one of the biggest checks she'd ever gotten. And she said, I didn't work a single day that month because her team was just letting her grieve. But she took off 1 month, and the next month she was back to working. I know another team, another leader in It Works, I'll never forget her. She lost her child and her husband in a car accident. And I think she said she took off like a month. And then her friends even told her, her family, her mom and stuff were telling her, they said, you were so happy when you were doing that business, start back doing it. Or whatever. I have said before that I feel like It Works saved my life when I was going through my divorce, because I didn't have time to be depressed about my situation. I was able to channel that into something positive. I don't know if you saw my post that I put up yesterday. I think that was. It was a joke, but if some of y'all missed it, I was just kind of like, you know, me and my husband split up in 2015, and I grew like a 6-figure business. And then a guy I was dating last year got engaged to someone that I didn't even know he was talking to, just didn't tell me, like randomly got engaged to someone while we were dating. And, you know, I guess I could have been depressed about that, but instead I promoted it to Double Diamond and went on a mission trip to Haiti. That was a better way to channel that energy. And then recently I had a crush on a guy, and, you know, he and I are still great friends. He didn't do anything wrong. We're still really good friends. I had a little crush on him and whatever. He just kind of threw me in the friend zone, started dating somebody. It's cool. But I was like, well, I got a lot of free time on my hands. Guess I'll write a book. So it's like, you know, you kind of decide what you want to do with things that appear to be negative in your life. And I just kind of threw myself into just building a new life for my family. And that takes consistency. I don't think you'll ever see a day where I didn't post anything on social media. I may not, at this point, I used to every day. At this point, I may not post a product every single day, but you'll never see 2 days go by and I didn't post a product. Like 2, it'll never happen. But like, let's just say if it was Sunday and I only posted that me and the kids were at church or whatever, and then I posted something random later that night, I may not have did a product or business post that day. But Monday coming up, of course, I'm gonna do Motivation Monday. I'm going to do something about This Is My Office. I'm going to do what product I'm starting out with. Something's going to happen. And I'm still going to be promoting my healthier lifestyle regardless. So I tell people, whatever consistency, whatever product, I haven't tried everything that we sell, but I've sold everything that we sell. And people will say, how do you sell a product you haven't used? My best example I can give. Have you ever went to a shoe store? You ever been in like Dillard's or something, and the person who sold you your shoes was a guy? He hasn't worn those shoes. He doesn't know how they fit. He has no clue. He doesn't know what outfit it matches best. He doesn't know. He doesn't know if you wear because you know how you have go out with your girl shoes, and then you have like date night shoes, because date night shoes, they're usually bad, but you can't stand up in them for a long time because they hurt. So they like sit down shoes. You got just enough energy to walk to the car and sit down, and that's it before these heels give out on you. He doesn't know. He can't answer these questions for you. So just like he could sell you shoes he's never worn, I can sell somebody some relief that I've never used. Or I can sell you some Estro Rhythm for menopause that I've never experienced. Because I know what it does, and I know that it's quality, just like he knows, you know, I don't know how this shoe feels on my foot, but I know it's in Antonio Milani's shoe, and apparently he's a good shoemaker. So don't ever get hung up saying I can't sell hair, skin, and nails because I've never taken them. There are some people that'll say, well, my hair has always been fabulous, so I can't sell hair, skin, and nails. Yes, you can. It doesn't matter. Or they're like, I've always been small, so I can't sell anything for weight loss because people aren't going to. Yes, you can. Because if you never used it, it still works anyway. It works anyway. So you just need to find a testimony that's not even necessarily yours, but one that you're excited about, because your customers will respond to your excitement. Your future business partners will respond to your excitement. They'll see how crunk you are about the products. And they like, oh, I want to, use that. I want to do that. I want to sell that. I want to do what she's doing. Okay, I said a bunch of words.
No, I'm glad you did. You definitely hit on a few questions that I had. And I think you really kind of answered, because you already kind of told us how you, your journey to Double Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
You told us how it changed your life. So I guess that last question would be, well, yeah, it's kind of the last question. So how do you build your business successfully? I know you did kind of say like what you do, but what are just some tips that you can give in terms of like, how'd you get to Ruby in 60 days? Like, I know you say you didn't sleep, but like, what were the steps that you did to get those customers and those distributors?
At the beginning, I will say, and this is something that we don't do anymore, but back then it was before there were 8 million of us. But I really did, but we do it, but we don't do it the same way. I really did, before I got my kit, like, put it this way, I had every wrap sold and 3 parties booked before I even not received my kit, before I bought it. Like, I had already messaged people to get this stuff sold before I even got my grandmother's card, like, to get it done. But I went through my entire contact list in my phone and just sending people a message. And I went back and found that message recently. That first message that I was sending out, it was so long. Oh my goodness, please don't send people messages that long. But it was so long. And message people just saying, starting this business. I love your support. It's free. You don't have to buy, and this people love, like, you don't have to buy food if you host a little party, because you don't need to be like eating hot wings while you rapping anyway. And I booked a lot of parties when I started. And that 60 day, I probably had, and I did a lot of online parties. My team will say I was like the queen. I still am, like the queen of online parties. That's my jam. And I feel like I love in-person parties, but realistically with my life with 2 toddlers, that was not an option. Whereas I didn't even find that picture tonight. It's a picture of me on Facebook from last year with my YMCA uniform on. And David is like in my arms like this. I'm leaning forward doing an online party on the laptop, and Felicity like flipping over the back of the couch, like onto my back. And it's kind of like, that was life though. Like, I could do all that chaos and host this party, and my team had no clue that all of this was going on around me, because being able to host an online party was like the best thing ever for a busy working single mom. Hey, mommy. Hey, baby. Hey. I see you. So I really love that. And I usually did an online party every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And like, when I say every, I mean every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I did an online party at 8 p.m. Somebody was hosting me a party. And what I would do is I would do them on Facebook. We didn't have all this like Facebook Live and stuff like this and Zoom and all that. So it was all me just posting. I would, call a friend and be like, hey, Christina, can you invite I would usually tell them to invite at least 50 people. I would send them a message, say, personally invite them to the party. Then after they say yes, then send them the Facebook event invite. Like, don't just scroll through and click. Ask them first. Then when they say yes, invite them to the event. I said, if you invite like 50, 15 will show up. Out of those 15, like 2 or 3 will buy something. I'm okay with those numbers if you're doing 3 a week. Imagine if you're doing 3 online parties a week. You didn't even have to leave your house. You are on your couch with your feet kicked up watching Insecure while you work this party. And let's just say if you did 3 a week and you got 1 customer per party. That's 3 customers per week, every week for a month. Like, so you pulling in like 12 LCs every month if you work those numbers. And then at each party, I would tell them at the end, if somebody else wants to host this party, just like Christina did, comment below and I'll send you a free gift or something, things like that. And I'm one of those people, if you host an online party for me, I only sent them a gift if I got a customer. And nobody was ever mad about that. I was like, if I get a loyal customer, I'll send you a gift. And I would say I would send them a 3-day detox. It was just 3 packets of greens on the go. So I wasn't really losing any money. David, Stop. Close it. Come here. Come here. Are you wet? Okay, go back in your room. He was under the cabinet spraying the kitchen cleaner. Luckily, like, I make our kitchen cleaner, so it couldn't kill him. It's like vinegar and essential oils, but I heard him down there spraying it. But yeah, so I did a lot of in-person parties when I was still on maternity leave. And then once I went back to work, it was all online parties. I did like one in-person a month, and that was all I could do. But online was like my life or whatever. Now, I don't do Facebook Live a lot, but I do use Instagram Live. I live on Insta stories. Oh my goodness. If anybody want to follow me, I would love to talk to you all day because my whole life is on Insta stories. I love it. And I think it's great for business because people really get to see how you use your products in your daily life. Like they saw, if anybody wants to follow me, I want y'all to see this before it disappears. I'll type it in the chat. My Instagram, I'm typing it in the chat. _ I'm always Ashley. Oh, ha ha ha. She said she reposted my yoga picture. Yep. Me in my It Works clothes. But I say that because like this morning, you will see me making my greens this morning. You usually see me making chocolate greens for my kids in the morning. So a lot of other moms ask me, what is that? They always do. And I usually, only right now, I have a lot of like buy now type stuff going on in my Insta stories because of the sale. But usually I don't even mention buy this. They just see me using it and people ask me, what is that? Or they see me working out. They see me running my business, or they see me saying, hey, I just finished a training session with a team, and they're going to be like, training them in what? Like, what exactly do you do? Or, that's cool. So you get to see people, and not only you get to see people like your mentors in upline, you get to see them living out their business. People are not really drawn to a business. They're drawn to a lifestyle. They are. They want to connect with people. So people who feel like they have a connection with you will want to partner with you. They will want to buy products from you. It's like, why do you feel like some people want to go to Target instead of Walmart? I mean, Cocoa Pebbles are Cocoa Pebbles. They're Cocoa Pebbles at Walmart. They're still Cocoa Pebbles at Target. It's the same thing. It didn't change. It's just the fact that you like the atmosphere of Target. You do. You like the way it represents itself over Walmart sometimes, So it's not that they gave you something that was completely different. You like the way it was presented. And I think that the more you authentically live your lifestyle out in front of people, they connect with that. And I also want to say, you don't have to put your whole life on social media to be successful. Like, people feel like me as a professional blogger, I get asked all the time, they're like, how do you put so much of yourself out onto social media? I'm like, I don't. Y'all just think I do. I really don't. I just wrote this book. This book is one of the most revealing things in life. Like, it's so much about my life in college and stuff in that book. And it's getting a lot of attention. But even still, I'm just scratching the surface of who I am. And what I do is not like I put everything about my life. I meticulously chose what I wanted to put in the book. There were certain things I actually wrote, and I said, nope, I'm going to take that out because it's not really, key to the plot or key to the message I'm trying to push right now. And it's the same way with your social media. What is your point in what you are posting and what you are presenting? And that's just kind of how you have to work it to be successful in this business, because people want to see that lifestyle and how it's actually benefiting you.
Sorry, my husband's cooking in the back. And I was like, let me wait until he's done talking. Yeah, I was just looking at your story too. But I think you answered all of my questions. So I guess my last question is, can you share 3 tips with us? It doesn't have to be necessarily about the business. It can be like in general. Just kind of just saying, just like for someone to say, like, come to you and say, Ashley, like, how are you successful? Or, anything like that. Just any 3 tips that you would like to leave us with.
Pray a lot. to Jesus. And I think it's okay for me to say that. I am very respectful of all people's faiths. I teach yoga. I have to be. But like, even when I'm in my yoga class, I tell people, like, right now we're going to pray. I'm praying to Jesus. You pray to whoever you feel like. I'm praying to Jesus, and I'm going to pray to Jesus about you. I am. I'm going to pray for you to the God I worship. And I just feel like when it comes to my journey with It Works, I feel like sometimes God gives you specific instructions and says, he's like, Tia, I need you to do exactly this one thing, just like this, and I'm going to bless it, and it's going to be insane. I feel like other times God tells me, Ashley, like, you're mine. Whatever you put your hand on, I just bless it because you're mine. But I need you to put your hand on it. And it was kind of one of those things that It Works was like that with me. I'm like, I feel like I could have started selling vacuum cleaners. And if it was a great compensation plan, the Lord would have blessed it, because he just like, Ashley, you're mine. I got you. I will make this work for you. You will blow the roof off of selling vacuum cleaners. I don't know, or whatever. And I think we have to have that kind of faith that God loves you so much that whatever it is you touch, he'll bless it because you're his. And he wants you to be successful in this business, but he wants you to put your hand on it and not like kind of touch it, like tap it a little bit. No, like grab your hand around, like, this is the business. like grab it and say, like, I'm running with this. Another tip I would say is to have fun. Have fun. It's fun. Have fun with this business. Like, think of random fun things to do. Like my goal setting group that I'm doing. I'm doing it because I want people to really hit their goals for 2018, but I also want to build new relationships. So it's like, I'm not going to be in that group saying, hey, buy some greens. I will never say that. Like, it's not for that, but I want to make new friends. You got to make new friends and stuff. David, get down. This little boy is climbing up the shelves in the pantry. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, I hear people say, they're like, I really want to be successful in this business. I'm just really not a people person. I've heard like Christian people come and tell me I'm not a people person. What does that even mean? Okay, you cannot be extroverted, but you gotta be a people person and you love Jesus. They like come together. You gotta be a people person. You gotta make yourself one. Ask him to make you a people person. Like, Lord, I like my me time. I don't really want to be around a bunch of people. And I feel like if you tell God, I don't really want to be around a bunch of people, he will make opportunities for you to build great connections with people one at a time, so that you're not having to be in these big atmospheres like that. He'll be like, all right, you're not a big people person like that. How about you gonna grow your business by doing like one-on-one coffee dates with people on your lunch break? You don't have to host a whole party, because standing up in front of people for a party freaks you out. And I know that because you're my daughter and I know that about you. So how about you just get a party pad? It's digital now. So you just get an iPad and pull this party pad up on your iPad or on your phone and sit at, lunch with a friend and go through it with them. And so it is like, have fun. Figure out what it is you like to do that's fun. I like yoga. So like, I'll have like yoga and wine night at my house. My friends know or whatever. And like, if they ever come to my house, essential oils are going. They know I'm going to have, I have green shots or whatever when everybody comes in with lemonade and greens. Giselle taught us how to make Jell-O shots out of the energy drink. So you have to make, like, instead of using water, you just use the energy and the same recipe for making Jell-O or whatever, and do it in little cups. So you got like energy shots. So, make it fun, but not anything where we got to get out of that mindset of like Avon parties that our moms used to throw when we were 12. It's not the same now. So pray, have fun. And the third thing I would say is that consistency and connection. Stay consistent. You can't slow up. You just can't, because this is what will happen. Stuff like this BOGO will pop up where you could have been racking in customers, but don't nobody even know you still sell it. Or it's like they know you sell it, but they know you don't really do anything with it. but they also know Tia sell it, and she talk about it all the time. So I'm gonna just buy it from Tia because obviously she takes it more seriously than you. Like, I have a really close friend of mine who sells essential oils from another company. One of my closest friends. I buy my oils from somebody else. And she knows that. And it's why? Because she half does her business. And I'm like, but my friend Amber, this is her job with that other company. Like, she's a platinum, their ranks are different, but she's a platinum ambassador. They're all ambassadors, but she's like a platinum ambassador with that company. And this is how she feeds her family. Her husband works and she does this. So I buy my oils from Amber because she takes it seriously. And people think they can just be, dead to the world with their business for a month, then all of a sudden pop up posting about a BOGO. And people like, what? So you have to stay consistent. What's wrong, baby? You hit your elbow? Because you were climbing up. He hit his funny bone. Because you were trying to climb up like Spider-Man? I can see. There you go. Superhero? Okay. All right, so those are my 3. Pray, keep it fun, and be consistent and stay connected.
All right. Well, thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Ashley before we go? And we did good time too. Uh-oh. Your screen paused unless I'm paused. Can anybody hear me? Not sure what happened. Okay, I see. Okay, so you can hear me, but I think her screen paused. Yeah. Yeah, she'll probably hop back on. If she doesn't hop back on in a few minutes, then we'll. Okay, so we may just end it. And I can get the name of her blog, Caroline, for you. Yeah, because she's gone. Well, all right, guys. So I will get this recording on YouTube and then to you guys. And thank you guys for hopping on. Have a good night.